Brigitte Bardot, often referred to simply as BB, is one of the most iconic and influential figures in cinema and pop culture. Her beauty, sensuality, and unapologetic persona made her a global superstar, but Bardot's life was not merely about glamour and stardom. Behind the screen, she was a complex figure who challenged societal norms, left a lasting impact on fashion and beauty, and later became a fierce animal rights activist. This documentary explores the many facets of Bardot's life, from her rise to fame in the 1950s to her transition into activism and beyond. Early life and rise to stardom. Brigitte Henri Bardot was born on September 28, 1934, in Paris, France, to a wealthy, conservative family. Growing up, she was trained in ballet, and her early dreams were centered on becoming a ballerina. However, fate had different plans. Bardot's beauty caught the attention of fashion photographers, and by the age of 15, she had already graced the cover of Elle magazine, which marked the beginning of her modeling career. Her entrance into the world of cinema came in 1952 with the film Le Trou Normand. While it was a modest beginning, Bardot quickly became a sensation with her magnetic presence and natural allure. Her breakthrough role came in 1956 with the release of Andgodcreatedwoman, directed by her first husband, Roger Vadim. The film's provocative nature and Bardot's raw sensuality captivated audiences and helped redefine the portrayal of women on screen, establishing her as a symbol of liberation. Sex symbol and cultural icon. As Bardot's fame skyrocketed, so did her status as a global sex symbol. Her carefree, yet confident attitude towards her femininity challenged the conservative norms of the time. Bardot became synonymous with a new kind of female independence and empowerment, which was both celebrated and criticized. Her style also made waves, from her tousled blonde hair, which popularized the bedhead look, to her effortless French chic wardrobe. Bardot's influence extended beyond cinema into fashion, beauty, and even music. She embodied the epitome of 1960s cool, inspiring countless designers, filmmakers, and artists. Throughout the 1960s, Bardot starred in a series of iconic films including Contempt, 1963, by Jean-Luc Godard, Viva Maria, 1965, and The Truth, 1960. She worked with some of the most acclaimed directors of the time, and became one of the highest-paid actresses in the world. Yet despite her glamorous image, Bardot often spoke candidly about the pressures of fame, revealing her disdain for the invasive media attention and the objectification that came with being a public figure. Retirement from cinema. In 1973, at the peak of her career, Brigitte Bardot made the surprising decision to retire from acting at the age of 39. She cited her frustration with the industry, disillusionment with fame, and a desire for a more private life. Her departure from cinema was met with shock and disbelief, but it signified her determination to control her narrative on her own terms. Following her retirement, Bardot withdrew from public life to focus on personal matters. She retreated to her estate in Saint-Tropez, La Madrid, where she began living a more reclusive life, away from the limelight that had defined her for so long. Animal rights activism. After leaving cinema behind, Bardot reinvented herself as a passionate and outspoken advocate for animal rights. In 1986, she founded the Brigitte Bardot Foundation for the Welfare and Protection of Animals, an organization dedicated to fighting animal cruelty. She used her fame and personal wealth to bring attention to issues like the slaughter of baby seals, animal testing, and the inhumane treatment of animals in circuses and fur farms. Bardot's transition from movie star to activist was a bold move, but it was consistent with her strong-willed nature. She did not shy away from controversy in her advocacy efforts, often taking on governments and corporations in her fight for animal welfare. Her work earned her recognition from numerous organizations, solidifying her as a figure of influence in the environmental and humanitarian sectors. Legacy and controversy. Brigitte Bardot's legacy is multifaceted. On one hand, she remains an enduring symbol of beauty, sensuality, and independence, representing a cultural shift in how women were portrayed and perceived. Her impact on fashion and film can still be seen today, as modern icons draw inspiration from her effortless style and bold attitude. However, Bardot's later years have also been marked by controversy. She has been criticized for her outspoken views on immigration and her support of far-right politics in France. Her opinions, expressed in a series of books and interviews, have led to legal battles and public backlash, complicating her public image. Despite these controversies, Bardot's contributions to cinema, fashion, and animal rights are undeniable. She continues to be a subject of fascination, a figure who has lived life on her own terms, unafraid to speak her mind and challenge conventions. A life of passion and provocation. Brigitte Bardot's journey from Parisian ingenue to international star to animal rights crusader is one of reinvention and resilience. She has lived a life that is as complex and layered as the characters she portrayed on screen. This documentary celebrates her contributions to film and fashion, while also acknowledging the challenges and contradictions that have shaped her story. Bardot remains a trailblazer, a woman whose influence extends far beyond the screen, and whose legacy will continue to inspire and provoke generations to come.